This is Road to the Golden Door, where we unpack the proven success formula straight from the minds of Golden Door winners, uncovering the motivation, methods, and the mindset it takes to become an elite performer in door-to-door sales and in life. This is Road to the Golden Door. Now, here's your host, Mikey Lucas.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Road to the Golden Door. I'm very excited about this one. Brandon Burke's over out of California, and he is actually still in the solar industry. He's hit Golden Door twice, 2023, 2024. I'm very interested to see what your experience was. He went to the University of Hawaii. So, Brandon, What's up, dude? Welcome to the show.
What's up, man? Thanks, Mikey. I appreciate you having me. Very excited for this.
Of course. Yeah, man. I obviously was just getting to know you in the pre-show here, but for everyone that doesn't know Brandon Burke, who is Brandon Burke?
Brandon Burke, let's see. I'm from California. I've been doing solar and door-to-door consistently since October of 2022. I run a team still here in California. I'm actually on a blitz right now, working on Golden Door number 3, trying to get that platinum Golden Door this year. But yeah, man, I like to push the envelope, man. I'm a big proponent of the door-to-door industry and just developing, being a better person than I was yesterday. Yeah.
Love that. Yeah, it seems like a lot of the top performers, other Golden Door men and women, a lot of them are readers. And I know that you had said that you had obviously you'd read a bunch of John C. Maxwell books and other books through audio.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that first. I want to jump right into get some nuggets for the listeners. What are some books that you're reading right now, or books that have changed your life or career?
So there's a lot of books just like in different stages, right? When I was going for my Golden Door, shout out to actually Ashton Buswell at Door to Door Con in 23. He'd mentioned Pound the Stone. And then there was another book, I forget the name of it, but basically the stories in there, it was, just little tidbits of stories of progression. I believe it's the one where he went to Japan, and then another one where it's a summer program. But that was really good for me to kind of push through it, especially with that second Golden Door. Just keep on pushing through to earn it. Ray Dalio, and I forget the name of it again, but it's the investing book. I absolutely love that.
Principles?
I'm big. Principles. Yeah. Yeah, I love the stories of people that have already done it. So we were kind of talking before about podcasts and things like that. Like pretty much everything I listen to, and I'm really picky on which ones, but like I'll listen to a lot of podcasts like Rogan and other people. And even if they're in other industries, it's not directly related to sales. Like even the effort they put into becoming like the best actor, right? Or, the best hunter. Just the training and the repetition and then the battle to be the best that you can do. It really entices me, like from an athletic standpoint. Some of these guys, the effort that they put in I'm 5'10", 165 pounds. If I could dunk a basketball, shoot a 3, throw a football 75 yards, maybe I wouldn't be here on this call with you, but I'm not. And so to be like one of the best that you can do, like, we walk into rooms, you or me, there, unless it's the Golden Door, there's nobody that can sell better than we can. It's amazing. And a lot of that stuff, it's tidbits from different books. If I had to tell you like my favorite book, like the one so when I was in my early 20s, I read Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it just changed my perspective. It's not about like selling to somebody on something. It's actually about building a relationship with somebody, trust, respect, and just doing it the right way. And I've taken that with me all the way through. There'll be times where you're super busy. There's meltdowns with customers or representatives that work under you, and you're just like, man, I just want to get upset. And it's like, no, honey or vinegar, like go back, reread the book, and then get right back to it. And then one of the other, I'm just kind of thinking on the top of my head, some of the books I like. Tim Grover. I love Tim Grover. Michael Jordan's my guy. I'm a big sports fan. Just some of the quotes that he had about like, I really like the comparison, and I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm from Sacramento. Unfortunately, I'm a Kings fan. But when he talked about like Kobe, the difference between Kobe and Jordan knew when to like take a day off. Like Jordan's like, hey man, like 6 days in a row, back-to-back games, like the 5th championship. I'm 36. I'm gonna make sure my body's taken care of for that next season. Whereas Kobe, it's like they get off the jet after they won the championship. I believe it was in Boston or Orlando, pardon me. And then the next morning, he's like, all right, Tim, 4 a.m, let's get back to training. He's like, dude, you just won a championship. So it's like, to me, like just those stories about other people, what they did to get that success. Those are people I look up to, and the kind of behind the scenes. Even Shoe Dog from Phil Knight. Look at that company. Look at Nike. I mean, it's amazing what he's done to get that business where it was. He had no resources. That movie that came out about Michael Jordan about it, but they had no resources. It was a competitive market. Adidas, Pumas, all these other companies that they own that industry. And then out of nowhere, hard work and effort, it basically turned that in. He was flying to Japan and China. People could have just taken and stole his designs. His track coach was helping him out with the shoes that exploded first. Like just all these like trials and tribulations to perfect it. But it's just constant involvement. And things like that really, and this is so simple. It's just, it sells, right? We're just helping people out. But there's so much you can do to be better. And anyone that's watching this, that's got a golden door, you know what it takes. Like we've done that. And again, I'm excited to be part of that. But I would say a lot of this came from just learning from other people that have done it, whether it's in this industry or others.
Thank you for that. What does that stem from? Why is it that you desire to be the best quote unquote version of yourself? Like what makes you hungry for that? Is that how you grew up or what is that?
Yeah, I'm competitive. And a lot of it's just like experiencing life, right? Like I've been really good at mortgages and stuff like that in the past, but I felt like I was really complacent. Like I'd get good at things, I'd get complacent. And
Mm.
now, after a while, it's like, hey, like I'm not getting where I want. Like I got one shot at life, right? Like if I'm not putting my full effort into this, then I'm not going to be where I want to be. I'm not going to get the things I want, and for me, it just becomes part of the excitement. It's less about the end result. Like I guarantee if you talk to anybody that's got a golden door, you forget about standing up and taking a photo with your golden door with Sam, but you remember the journeys. You remember those long nights, those hard days, those freezing storms, like going out there knocking in the freezing cold, being wet, missing birthdays. Your friends that used to call you every day, they stop calling you because they know you're going to tell them no. Those are the things that matter so much. And for me, being a very big fan of sports and things like this, like I don't have that opportunity. Like I'm not going to be an NBA or football player, which is fine. But this is one thing I can be the best at. And I've always been really good at sales. But when I came back into solar, I wanted to make sure I took my skills and I had no more excuses. I'm like, I'm done. Jocko, all those guys, I'm done. David Goggins, no more excuses. What if I put my full potential in this? How good could I be at this? There's like, and I'm pretty sure it's like butchered and stolen at this point, but you've seen it where it's like, if you're going to be the best janitor, be the best damn janitor you'll ever be, right? And it's like, hey, like that's pretty cool. Like, yeah, if I'm going to mop floors, my floor is going to look the best, right? Like, you may beat me, but you're going to have to work really hard to beat me. You're going to have to be really good. I'm going to respect the heck out of you because you're really, really good or you worked your butt off to beat me. And that's how I am with the sales game right now. Like, I want to put all my effort in to where the only people that could beat me are my peers, and we're at the top, right? We're the top golden door, 1%, 0.1%, whatever it is.
Of that. It sounds like you've had some experiences in setbacks, being that you're in the solar industry and it's 2026. Tax credits just got taken away for loans. How did that affect you?
Opportunity. I love it. I am so thrilled that happened. I think that's the best thing. So one of the things, and I told you this before the call, if you got a golden door last year, you are a dog. I have more respect for you than anybody. Like, I don't know how you did it in 2025. 2025 was very difficult, but I believe that was a good learning lesson for a lot of people. It reminds me, so I'm in California. I started solar. I did it for like a year in 2018. In 2022, I came back in October. I had a really good quarter four, like really good, and then my amazing quarter one. And I think it was like March that year, November of 2022, they said that they were going to end the net metering agreement, which is a one-for-one exchange in California. And so anybody with a pulse could sell in California in quarter one of 2023. It was super easy. At the end of that quarter, I kind of took some time off because I was like, hey, look, great. Am I just going to make all my money and like not know what to do anymore? No, I have to figure out a solution for this opportunity that's coming up. Not this problem, but this opportunity. So what I did is I learned batteries. Okay, I figured out how, it wasn't perfect, but hey, look, the customer's going to need the battery. What are the economics around this? How would this make sense on a PPA? What would make customers want to do this? There was a few factors that I was excited about. First of all, was a Tesla Powerwall 2 was a fantastic product. A lot of customers that we had sold solar to in the past wanted batteries, but we didn't sell them because it came from commission. It didn't make sense, right? Better deal for customers. Well, rates were high. Adding a Tesla Powerwall 3 wouldn't save them as much, but in my opinion, with the backup, it would add them a lot of value. In addition, in 2023, California had a massive storm that lasted from like January 1st up until June. So the markets I worked in, it was snowing for 6 months and they had massive power outages. It was a nightmare in California. So I'm like, hey, look, I'm basically going to walk into these markets with a backup battery solution, which they wanted to begin with better rates than they currently have. And then they just had the most pain they ever felt. So when everybody stopped working and spent their money, I ran into the storm and I sold. And I was able to get a golden door in 2023, which at the time in California was the most difficult time to sell in California. Solar's dead. It's all over in California. It moved to different markets. And a lot of people did, but they missed the golden opportunity because I got a golden door the next year. And a lot of people I worked with did. 2025 brought a brand new issue. Tax credits are gone. We get it. That's over, guys. But there's still opportunities. There's PPA options. There's lease options. There's a lot of companies being creative with like prepaid PPAs, which can allow customers to get that tax credit after year 6. They build it in there, right? You just buy it for cheaper, but you obtain the warranties. It's still a good deal. We also talked about this at quite a bit at length before our call, the need for renewable resources with increasing electric demand from AI data centers and electric vehicles. So I'm sitting in a Tesla. My pitch is 2 things: data centers and electric vehicles. California specifically. By 2035, all vehicles have to be electric vehicles, or at least they want them to. New cells. The AI data centers. One AI data center in California is equivalent to 1.8 million homes. They have 33 that they plan on putting in California. My question is, if we're shutting down nuclear and we have very little hydroelectric because we're in California and they want 100% clean energy, where is that power going to come from? Because solar provides energy during the daytime. It does not produce power at the nighttime. So you're still pulling power from an outdated grid. If we have a solution that gives the customer lower electrical rates, because California pays 40 to 60 cents a kilowatt, give them a lower electrical rate, fixed, with full backup battery in case we have these issues, which I expect, which is outages and basically maybe rationing on power. Who knows what it's going to look like. But if you can get all that and it's less expensive, then why wouldn't they do it? Because my car uses 80 kilowatts in one charge. I just left the blitz. We sold 60 something accounts in 10 days. The average homeowner used about 500 kilowatt hours a month. So my one charge uses what that home uses in like 6 days. Guys, we need more power. Like, I'm looking at a charging station right here. There's 7 cars right there. And I'm in the middle of nowhere. This is the middle of nowhere right here. So there's a big problem. There's a solution. There's several markets that make sense. Texas, which we talked about. California is gold. Like, you're crazy if you don't sell in California. And then obviously the East Coast. So I don't know much about it. I'm not the expert of the East Coast, but I did look at, so I'm really interested, I'm glad I'm talking to you today about the data centers, because it's a big issue. It's huge. They use so much power, right? The issue is a lot of these states that really want the green energy, we're not ready for it. So they're pushing it. California, we get a lot of sun. Massachusetts, good luck getting any sun. Not a good market for it. Well, Massachusetts, Maryland, Maine, all these East Coast spots that already have, I think DC or Maryland, one or two, or Virginia, pardon me, they already have all these data centers in there, but they're basically forcing green energy and shutting down all their renewables so they don't have enough power to supply customers. Last year, when there was that heat wave in the East Coast, it was like 110 degrees. I think it's PJMC or something, Pennsylvania, something electric company that provides all their power, couldn't give them enough power. 110 degrees, they had blackouts. They didn't have enough power, and the rates were like they were California rates, 40 something cents a kilowatt. That's an opportunity. You should go there and sell like crazy. So I don't think solar's dead. I think it provided new opportunities. You're also going to see competition dwindle because people are going to be like, oh, it's dead. I'm going to go do something different. Awesome. You leave. I'll go ahead and take the business from you. I'm more than happy to continue to help out my customers that don't want to pay $800 to $1,000 utility bills.
Dude, that was 20 years ago. That was a mortgage. 30 years ago, that was a mortgage payment.
Yeah, it's insane. I have this week alone, we had 4 or 5 customers that had $1,000 bills, and not just 1,000, 1,500, 1,600. These are homes. These aren't
Wow.
mansions.
Wow. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, there is a big problem with data centers. When I was in solar as well, I was pitching data centers because it's true. It's the
Hmm.
facts. The good news is now is the majority of data centers are going to be, and I was just writing about this earlier, is the majority of the data centers, the ones that will be actually pulling the most amount of power, will have behind the meter power. So I've keyed the phrase "bring your own power" (BYOP). Um,
BIOP, let's go.
yeah, 100% of them will be behind the meter, self-generated. Just
That's
like
super
with your,
smart.
yeah, just like with residential solar, you get to have 110, 120, 130% of your own electricity, 150% of your own electricity. And it appears, especially in Texas, Texas seems to be the new Virginia. Virginia was the hub of data centers. There's a bunch of data centers up there. The downside, and this is really cool
Mm.
because when I'm going through my presentations, I use basically the solar presentation, the solar pitch to the people that I'm presenting to, which is basically look at Virginia as an example. Virginia has all these data centers and they're all interconnected to the grid. Great, cheap, reliable power. But they did a bait and switch because now the utility grid has to do all these upgrades, and the state there is shutting down, like you said, natural resources, natural gas, coal power plants, things like that, nuclear. They're shutting them down. They're decommissioning
Yeah,
power plants. And what happens when the supply goes down and the demand stays the same or goes
that's my
up?
pitch.
So
That's
now
my
data
pitch.
centers, yeah, and it's so funny. It's true, and it's true.
Yeah,
And now the data centers in Virginia, their rates will jump by roughly 50%.
that's
And
an
so if you're
opportunity.
a data center, if you're a data center and you're going to go, invest billions and billions of dollars, 20 to 50 billion dollars in a data center, wouldn't you want to control your OpEx, your power cost? Because yeah, sure, it might be cheaper at first, but once there's a captive audience like they have in Virginia, and guess what, Brandon, do you think that they can put natural gas power plants around their sites? No, they can't because there's no space for them.
Yep.
And so they're stuck. So these companies, these funders, these tenants, these developers have built and invested billions and billions of dollars into data centers in Virginia, and they are stuck. They are about to double their power bill. And so
Mm.
in Texas, it's a great opportunity. There's a few states, but Texas is a great opportunity just because Texas, Oklahoma, and a couple other states around here, Louisiana, Alabama, because there's so much natural gas resources here. And so a lot of the power plants will be solar, wind, slash geothermal natural gas power plants. Natural gas currently today is still the cheapest source of power. The best source of power is nuclear, but good luck getting all that in there. That's way years and years and years out. And
Yeah.
it's not that we don't have the technology for nuclear, it's just that regulations around nuclear. So
Correct.
it is what it is. But yeah, it's the same exact presentation, same exact pitch, and it's true. You've seen it. I mean, you've been in solar now for since 2018. I know you took a break there, but you've
Yeah.
seen the rates go from 2018 to 2026. They've more than doubled in California, more than doubled. Did
Can
you
I
ever
tell
think you were
you?
going to see 30, 60, 70 cents a kilowatt hour?
No way. So check this out. My first year knocking, I don't think I saved anybody money. I might have saved like one person money in a year and a half span. We were doing PPAs. Rates were like 16 and 24 cents a kilowatt, depending on how much you used. So if you used like a little bit of power, it was 16 cents, and then a lot used it was 24 cents. When I came back in 2022, they sat me down like, Brandon, it's like 30 cents. I'm like, no way. I'm like, holy cow, it's 30 cents. I'm like, this is an easy sell. Last summer, between 4 to 9 p.m., California charged customers 63 cents per kilowatt at nighttime. So between 4 to 9 p.m. During the daytime, it was 52 cents. So it's like if you have a pulse and you have PG&E, you're gonna save money doing solar. It made so much sense. There's no way we would say that, but there's no, and there was fires, don't get me wrong. And we made a joke about this before. We're looking at the infrastructure, these poles up here. It's dated as it gets in California, but
Yeah.
to literally double or triple these people's rates. And they did the cereal box thing too, man. They took oh yeah, we're gonna give you a smaller box that costs the same. So it's like they shrunk how much you can use. Oh yeah, it went up, but they give you less at the lower rate. So it's I mean, people that used to pay like $160 a month, $500, $400 a month. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. If you don't have solar in California, I'm convinced if you don't have solar in any state, even Idaho, I
Yeah.
think that you're wasting your money because most of these people pride themselves on home ownership and then they rent their power. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. That's like one
Yeah,
of the first things I had.
make the billionaires rich. Good job.
I have Tesla in my house. I got all the panels I need, and it's just like I did it. This is why. I mean, it makes sense. Would you sell it to your mom? That's a question I get. Mom, how's your solar equipment doing that I put on your house? I love it. Great, right? So it's like
Yep.
if you really believe in it, you do it yourself. And I mean, it's just being smart.
Yeah, easy product to translate and get installed if you know what you're doing and if you're convinced of the actual product. A lot of people, I think, just I don't know. They main reason why they don't succeed, I think, is just number one, laziness, organization, self confidence, and just they don't even understand that money is the number one reason why people get divorced. And if you're paying $1,500 for a 1,200, 1,400 square foot house for a power bill in the summertime, like
It's wild.
what? And you can
Yeah,
help them cut that in however much, half, I don't know.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, so let me transition. Let me
sure.
help. Let me ask you this, I guess. So going into 2023, you got in, you left mortgages. I'm assuming you did really, really well. What was that? Why did you transition and why did you come back? What was that like?
Yeah, so I had a meeting with a company I've worked for in the past, and they basically showed me kind of what was going on with rates. And at the same time, like 2022 mortgage rates were spiking. It was going the other way. I'm best decision ever made. But I really believed in this. So when I did this in 2018 and 2019, I got it. I'm like, this makes so much sense. But it was one of those things where we're making a couple $100s a kilowatt, working 12-hour days, knocking doors, and it's just like, there's not enough money at the time to make sense of this. And you hit the nail on the head earlier. Like I had no expectation that rates were going to be 50, 60 cents a few years later. So it's like, all right, I know what I've done before in the past. I could make more money. I'm going to go back to that. In 2022, I sat down, economics had changed. There was more savings. Made sense. All right, why wouldn't they do this? Commissions changed. You didn't have to sell 3 or 4 deals a week to make good money. You can sell, I end up selling way more than that, but you sell a couple deals a week, you're making really good money. Okay, this is great. So I jumped back into it. 2022, oh, and there was like really good people in the company. So it's like for me, oh, I want that. Like there was 2 people in particular. It was like the leaderboard, this is everybody and they're here. I'm like, how do I want to do that? And so first quarter back, I was number one in the company. I wanted to win. I was like, I want to see what I could do. And then quarter one of 2024, I was number one, but I didn't work the entire quarter because I tried to learn the batteries. And just being at home, it's like you're really helping people. Like that's a big thing for me. It's like I've seen it work. And having that experience from 2018, 2019, where people didn't save money, but we were preaching to them, hey, in the long run, you will save money. Like, trust me, this is better than what you're currently doing. So I knew, I'm like, wow, if I sold somebody an 18-cent rate in 2019 or 2018 and rates are 35 cents now, that's really good. Like, this does make sense. So then I had full conviction. I'm like, I am sold on this. So when I'm in there in 2023, and I'm like, hey, like you're at 24 cents, your rate's 35 cents. Like you're going to love this. Now it's 60 cents. So they're getting a great deal too. And then with the batteries, like when net metering changed, it was like, all right, so solar is cool. But the issue with solar is if the power goes out, like the grid shuts down, the solar system shuts off. Like that was always kind of dumb to me. Didn't make sense. But now batteries are important. And now the economics make sense. This is actually way smarter. I was actually really lucky because a lot of people, like there's some companies in California after 2023 that weren't selling batteries. We run into those. That's just bad business. Like if you're doing that, you should leave the industry. But then I was selling a lot of Teslas because I was in a market where you needed Teslas. And that's better because you need, like right now, if you're in California, you need a lot of backup. It's less about the production. It's more about the storage side. And so I got lucky that a lot of my product was the batteries, the backup Teslas. So I believed in it, man. So in 2023, when I came back, I'm doing something really good for people. I'm getting paid really well. And then we also had some really, really good people. Like we have golden door winners I work with. So it's competitive. Like it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, I can go sell a couple deals a week and I'm the guy. This is fantastic. If I don't sell every day, like I'm going to get smoked. Like I don't want to get passed up. So it's like, how fast can I sprint? And I sprinted. 2024, how fast can I sprint? I sprinted. Even last year, like last year was for as difficult as it was a pretty good year. I didn't sell as much, but for the things that we had to go through, a lot of those are out of our control. I respect anybody that made it through last year, and I think this year is going to be a lot better.
Yeah, I've got a couple guys that are Golden Door award winners that actually had their best year last year.
That's awesome. Kudos to them.
Yeah, and I kind of expected it. These guys are just no nonsense, go out and work every day. One of them's married, one of them's not, and they just run. This is what they do. One of the things that I've noticed is the guys that can stay consistent over time is those guys specifically, they had an exit strategy. They knew very clearly how much money they needed at what percentage and what their lifestyle could be and what that lifestyle would be. And so it wasn't very hard for them to stay consistent. Plus they're just kind of addicted to work. So that is what it is there too. But
That's awesome. Very cool.
yeah, I'll have to connect you with them. Those are some of those guys that I went to Fiji with. They're awesome guys.
Very cool.
Don't know if they really want to be in solar anymore, but I don't know. They've said they don't want to be in solar for 4 or 5 years, so
Dude,
we'll see.
quarter one so far it's got 2023 trajectory.
Really?
So it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I've
remember
had a
you were
really good couple
saying
months.
that earlier that you're on track to hit a Golden Door again this year.
Yeah, that wasn't my expectation. Like my expectation this year, new opportunity for me was to build something, and we've done a really good job of it. But we're pumping. Like this blitz right here was really good. We had a blitz earlier, consistently working in the off blitz times. But yeah, I'm gonna get another Golden Door this year.
Awesome. I love that. If I can bring you back to your 2023 year, what would you say was your biggest lesson that you learned in that specific year?
So I would say just being able to adjust the changes. Hey, net metering's coming up. What do you do?
Is that NEM
Don't
3.0?
Yeah, we went from net metering 2.0 to now it's called like net tariff billing. It's being able to like roll with the punches. Like it's not going to be the same thing every day. Hey, we changed financiers like 4 times that year, right? Like all kinds of different things. It's like, all right, how do I sell this? It's keeping your composure. It's keeping your head down. It's just like, hey, look, stuff happens. Like you can control what you can control. My job is to go out there and produce. And like you said, I think it was June 1st of that year. No, June 30th. I just sold 100 deals. And Alex, I'm like, what's the record? I think you know Alec. And he goes, it's 130. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, what do I get if I get 200? He goes, what do you want? I'm sitting in it. Let's just say that. You got a Tesla. I'm like,
Let's go.
all right, let's do it. Okay, this is cool. And then he goes, you can get a Golden Door. I'm like, what is a Golden Door? I had no clue what that was. He goes, you got to get 100 installs. I'm like, or whatever, 100 self-gen. I forget. I'm like, dude, let's do it. I'm like, I'm on pace for it. So I went crazy. And I've had my best months. That summer was insane. And so, but during that time, it wasn't easy. There was all kinds of stuff going on. It was like financer change, net metering change, battery pricing change. It was consistent, but that's just the industry. Look at the stock market. Anything can change. Things are great, and then something goes on overseas and it changes it, right? Oil prices are low. I remember 2 weeks ago they were touting lowest oil prices ever, lowest gas prices. It just went way up because everything's going. And then it's like, don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It's fine. You can't control this stuff, guys. So it's like, why do I care about something that I can't influence? The only thing I can influence is my efforts I put into it. It's not going to dictate the outcome necessarily, but my inputs, if they don't change, then I know based on my past history that I will succeed. So Maintain that, keep pushing. Yeah. So that would be my biggest 2023, like, boom, that's what you were doing.
Sounds like it's control the controllables and influence the uncontrollables.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, I just looked it up. Oil price is at $76 a barrel right now. Yeah, it's up. It's up a lot.
Yeah. Yep.
Because of what just happened in the Middle East recently. So
literally lowest prices ever. I'm not going to get political, but it's so funny. It's just like we just said that, and now it's completely different. I'm like, whatever.
I'll take it, dude. I've got and obviously a lot of the listeners know this, but if they don't know, I've got a company that invested a lot of money, millions of dollars into oil and gas wells and oil and gas companies and pipelines, and now invests into big utility scale power plants. And so
nice.
The oil prices, the better for us.
It's a win.
Yeah. It'll probably keep climbing, but very interesting geopolitical issues going on. And so one way or another, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, Mr. and Mrs. Business Owner, you're going to have a power bill. So would you like to control that? and own your own power and invest into your own house or your own building? Or
Keep the
would you like
cash.
to be subject to the DMV running the power company, which is basically
Yep.
what it is?
Correct.
Interesting.
Yep.
And so what are you learning now? What are you learning right now?
Building a business. I worked for an awesome company for a long time. I had great experience there. There's awesome, amazing people there. But after last year, I wanted to bet on myself, right? I'm like, okay,
Okay.
like I want to build something. I have a vision for what this might look like. I want to try something. And I saw, like I said, I see opportunities in what's going on last year. And I'm hearing things. I'm like, okay, I'm going to bet on obviously domestic, things like that. So I found a company that kind of lined up with what I think the future is going to demand. And that ultimately, if I bring enough value to that and solve a problem that company has, I'm not going to get specific with who it is, but, and the problem is having an awesome sales force and producing, right? So
Yep.
that's the problem. And the value is I know how to do that at a high level. And I know there's a lot of other people that are leaving because some markets aren't sellable right now. Let's be honest. You're not going to go sell PPAs or loans places where you could in 2025 and 2026. Everybody's looking for a home. We've also seen a lot of companies go out of business. That's how it works. If we could build something, we provide that value, we put ourselves in a position where we're a big part of that moving forward, and they're already very established. I talked to you a little bit about who it was before, but that's my goal. And so what I did is I took some of the lessons I've learned in the past, some of the mistakes that I've learned from team building. I'm like, hey, if I give these guys the opportunity where they can run, I lead by example, I show them how to do it, we get the most out of them, we don't burn out, but we all see the end goal and we're going in the same direction. This is going to work out. And it's been 3 months. It's been challenging. It's been extremely challenging. There are times I'm like, wow, what I get myself into. But after a couple weeks like this, it's like, this is why I did it. This was the smartest move I've made in a long time. Bet on yourself. All these guys at one point or another in these books I've read, whether it's declining offers to go elsewhere, Michael Jordan, oh, Adidas is going to give you a better deal. No. Hey, Nike's going to give you all this cash. Don't give me the cash. Give me a little bit of cash, but give me a piece of the pie. That's what I want. If it's Steve Jobs, hey, look, I can get this great degree, but I'm going to go try this thing called Apple. I'm going to go build something. You build it for yourself. Entrepreneurship, like there's all these things. It's like athlete, it's like 1%, investors like 10%, and then the rest is entrepreneurs of the billionaires. And it's like, that's what I want to do. I want to work with the right people, kind of like you said, meet more new people, get in the right circles. Proximity is everything, in my opinion. Get into that room, bring them value, and then build something with them. And that's the path I'm on right now, and
Yeah.
I love it.
I love what you said there. You said proximity is key, but you get in there and you add value to them first. Like
100%.
not just like the first time you meet them, but like massive amounts of value. And then eventually, year later, 10 years later, 20 years later, that relationship comes around and says, hey, Brandon, are you still doing that solar thing? Yeah, I am. Hey, why don't you come build a 50 megawatt solar farm or 500 megawatt solar farm for me? I need someone in charge or whatever. And you're like, all right,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, that was one of the big things that I did when I left. Like, there's offers and things like that everywhere. I told them, no, I don't want anything. I was like, let me earn it. Even now, like
Yeah.
we're doing really, really good. I'm like, no, we're not done yet. We have more to prove. Like, just let me keep showing you. And then I feel more comfortable with it. Cause I don't, I don't want to, I'm not going to let you down, but like, just watch, we're just getting started. But that's everywhere. You should do that everywhere.
Love that. Yeah, you said you're learning business. Or is there any books that you're reading right now for that, or courses that you're taking, or podcasts that you're listening to for that?
I have a business degree. So I got my degree in business. The good thing about me is, so my family, my brother owns a real estate business. My dad owns a real estate business. So I've been talking to them a lot, just like what they went through. Like I did a lot of searching before I did this just to make sure it was the right move. And so I loved listening to the Joe Rogan podcast.
Nice.
I just, just a lot of the people that he has on there, and it could be like simple, just like an actor or something like that, but what they did to like just change things to get to where they needed to be, what it was on their own, like their stories, just listening to a lot of that and then just saying, okay, that's familiar with what I'm feeling right now. Okay, so that's what they did. Like, obviously it's not exact, whatever it is, but from that standpoint, it's just listening to a lot of people that have done it. I love to read. I'll just go, like, a lot of people doom scroll. Dude, if you doom scrolled my thing, it'd be like, oh my God, like, this guy's so boring. It's like books, whatever it is, like Bezos, Musk, all these billionaires. It's just like their stories. And then deep diving in there and learning more about it. It's like, how did they do it? One of my favorite books I read, it was about the PayPal mafia. It was sweet. A lot of those guys are not good people anymore after a certain list popped out or file popped out. But I'm not going to get too much into that. But holy cow, like, it's going to proximity. So Elon Musk made X, which was PayPal. And then Peter Thiel and Reid Hoffman, I think it is, made PayPal, which is PayPal. And they both had PayPal at the same time. And then you got these two mega, they just merged, right? Elon Musk got fired. He got fired from PayPal. Peter Thiel took over. We all know Peter Thiel. We obviously all know Elon Musk. The money that came after they went public, which I believe was through eBay, and now they're like 50 times bigger than eBay, was what he did, what Elon made to start his Tesla investments, right? That's what made Elon, even though he'd had seed money from another company he'd sold before. But just like all those people and what they did and what they sacrificed to get there, like that, again, it's, hey, how do we just build something on our own? So all my life, I was kind of like, I want to, we talked a lot in the past about entrepreneurship and things like that, which is great. But if the vision isn't there, if you have like differences in vision, then it's like, hey, and you believe in your vision, then try it. Because what I don't want to do is I don't want to look back in 20 years, kind of like this opportunity, because I see a big opportunity in 2026. Is like, man, I dropped the ball. I had my chance, but I didn't. And I don't, maybe they'll have time machines, but things are moving pretty quick, but more than likely they won't. I won't be able to go back and redo this again. So, and if I don't, what was it? Okay, so check this out. So this is a great story. I was at a funeral. My aunt's husband's dad passed away. He was 96 years old. At the age of 91, he had a hole-in-one. Okay? You're at a 96-year-old man's funeral. How many people do you expect to be there outside of family? Nobody? Like, all his friends are gone. I mean, maybe just some family there. That place was freaking packed. I swear to God, that place had like 80 people at that funeral for a 96-year-old man. Okay? Which is incredible. Like, how do you know all that people at 96? And it wasn't family. He owned a business. It was a fireside shop. He sold it years ago. One of the employees went up there and he said, look at this. He goes, I remember Weldon walked up to me and he said, Skip, I could tell that you just, something in your eyes, this isn't what you love. Like, you don't love doing this. You're my best employee, but this isn't you. You should go and you should start something you want to do. And Skip's like, I thought about that. And I'm like, I'm his best employee, he just says. Like, he's basically telling me to quit this job and go do something on my own. Like, why would you do that? And he says, worst case scenario, it doesn't work. You can always come back and still work for me. I'm like, that's freaking sweet. And I didn't know that in hindsight, but it's like, that's kind of what I meant. Like, if it doesn't work, and it's going to work, I'm confident. But if it doesn't, I'm pretty good at this. Somebody's going to hire me, right? But I want the opportunity to try this on my own. And if I'm with the right people and I have the right vision, I will succeed.
Love that. Absolutely love that. Who would you say is actually influenced? So it sounds like you got your dad and your brother, your siblings are entrepreneurs as well. Who do you think has actually influenced you the most?
Yeah, that's tough. I knew you were going to ask that. That's really tough for me. My parents, obviously, like, they've been through building that business. They were kind of a similar situation where they're working for another relative, and they felt like they were like capped. And then they went and they started their own business and they flourished. So both my parents own that real estate company. They're a huge influence to me. My brother, I'm super proud of him. Like, he did taxes. He was an accountant. And then he's like, hey, he was in an entrepreneurship academy. And he goes, I want to go and do commercial real estate, because he got in with the right people. He was actually with the number one commercial real estate company broker in all of Northern California and did really well under him. And then he's like, I'm not going to get where I want to go. So him and one of the other guys left and they started their own thing and they are flourishing. So I've seen it happen in my family. Both those situations really inspire me. I also look at like what Steve Jobs and these guys have done. It's just like, Anyone that has left and just built something, that's memorable, that's inspiring to me because I know it can be done. Like all I need to do is know that there's a possibility and I'm willing to try it.
Where do you think that thought came from? Because I have the same hallucination of if someone else has done it, then it's definitely possible. Where did that come from?
Why can you do it and I can't? Like if I put all my effort into something, like why can't I do it? Like what makes you different than me? Like there's nothing inherently different. Like we go back to the sports thing. Yeah, I can try all I want. If you lower that basket, I will dunk. But if it's 10.5 feet, I'm not dunking it, right? But this is something where I can. Yeah, I can go out there. I can work 60, 70-hour days if I have to. I can learn the skills that are needed to succeed here in whatever industry that is. Obviously, I'm not going to go into like, I don't know a lot about like building websites or like art and stuff like that. Like that's probably not something I'm going to go do. But I'll tell you right now, if you ask me to do that and like, hey, you have to get good at this. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to learn how to do it and I'm going to suck for a minute. Like I'm not going to be any good, but I guarantee you, if you made me do that every day, like paint for 100 days, I would not be bad at day 100. Like I'd be respectable. Right. But if you give me something I'm inspired in and I want to do and I love, that's not work. That's passion. Run it. Like, let's go. You mean I get to go sleep in a crappy Airbnb for 2 weeks and go out and get up early in the morning, go to like a dilapidated gym and lift, and then go run around to homes and sell deals and do trainings till 10:30 at night and spend all day on the phone every day. But I get to do it with people I want to work with, and it's all to reach a goal. Let's go. I'll do it right now. Today's the last day. I'll turn right back around. We'll do it again for 2 weeks. Why not? If that's what it takes, I'll do it.
Love that. Yeah, it seems like you're obviously committed. I think that's probably one of the differentiators between people that hit Golden Door and people that barely miss hitting Golden Door or hit half a Golden Door. So let's talk to the people that are not hitting Golden Door. What are some of the things that you've seen in your experience of the ones that are, yes, I really want it. They just got out of Door Con. They're like, I'm going to hit it in 2026. Why do you think they fail?
Because they're doing this and their feet aren't moving. They're telling you that they're going to get it. They're telling you the story about what they're going to do. They have all this great plan. They have an amazing plan, but they don't have action. It doesn't matter. If your plan was, I'm going to go out there and knock a bunch of doors and we'll just see what happens, that's better than I'm going to put together the best plan. I'm going to be super strategic and then I'm going to do these days and I don't execute. Like, just go do something. Just be active. With that being said, once you get out there, it's like with everything. Like, if I'm knocking my first door, I'm not going to be as good as my 100th, my 1,000th, my 2,000th, right? I'm going to keep getting better. So just get out there and do it, right? As you do it, record yourself. Start figuring out what works, what doesn't work. The things that don't work, cut them out. The things that do work, put them in. I was thinking about this earlier before we had the call. Another really good thing, there's 4 buckets in life that entrepreneurs have. They have family, friends, health, business. And most billionaires are like this in some way. It's focused on business, maybe health, maybe friends, whatever it is, but they sacrifice something. There's a sacrifice, right? So what will end up happening, let me tell you this story. You're going to work hard. You're going to get phone calls. Hey man, come, let's go to the bar. Hey man, let's go hang out. Hey, you deserve a break. Hey, you've earned this. Hey, take the time off. No. You're going to start saying no. No. And then what's going to happen is you're going to be out in the field working, and the only other people that are going to be doing it with you are the successful people that you want to be like, because they're saying no too. And then they're going to be your friends. And then you're going to hang out with the people who are successful, kind of like you've talked about on your trips to Fiji and stuff, all successful people. You know what they all say? No, I'm busy. But when they have the time, they spend it together. So you're with proximity with like-minded people. For me, mine's really simple. I need to work my butt off, and I have to work out. If I'm not in like a good physical, mental shape, I'm not as productive. So every day for me is the exact same as yesterday. Get up at 6:30, go to the gym. I'm going to lift. I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat the same exact food after workout. I'm going to know exactly what I can and can't eat that day. I'm going to eat very healthy. I'm going to feel really good so I can make it through an entire day with high energy. I'm going to do that every single day, Monday through Saturday or Sunday, whatever it is. I'm going to give myself a day off. I do not work on Sundays. Absolutely not. I have to recharge. If I push past that, then I'm just crappy for the following week. And I know my strengths. I will make sure I spend time with my family and my friends, or at least give them a little bit of attention. When I'm done, like right now, I'm done with the blitz. I'm going to take a week off. I'm going to go spend that time with my family, my friends, right? And then I'm going to be right back at it. It's not even a week off. It's a 4-day weekend. But either way, I'm going to go enjoy it. And then I'm going to be ready to go. So if you're in that stage, what do I do next? Go out there, take action, figure out what is and what's working for you, figure out what you need. So this is your business bucket here on this little corner right here. What you need to be most successful here, whether it's like, hey, I need like an hour of my kids. I need an hour of my friend a day. Okay, make time for it. Build around that. Hey, I need to go to the gym in the morning. Okay, great. So if I have an hour of friends a day, I have an hour of a gym a day, I got 8 hours of sleep. Now I have 14 hours. How can I be most productive in those other 14 hours, right? How many days am I going to do it? I need to get out to the field because there's commute time. So I lost 2 hours each way. So now I have 12. I need lunch. I need to eat. So that's, let's say 2 hours. I got 10. I'm going to go bust my ass for 10 hours every single day. And then what's going to happen is you're going to have such a good system and be so developed that by after 2 to 3 months, you'll get 10 times as much production in those 10 hours than you did at the beginning. Then what's going to happen is you're going to be like, hey, I'm comfortable. I'm pretty good at this. I'm going to coast. Stop. Don't coast. Push through. Sprint through the finish line. If you only need 10, act like you need 100. Just keep going because you never know what's going to happen. You may have those deals in the bag. What if they fall off? How crappy would it be if you miss a golden door because a deal didn't install before the 31st and you were one deal away? Just make sure you have plenty of extra.
I love that. What do you think failures have actually taught you the most?
What I need to do right the next time.
Tell me more.
So it's like, yeah, like, hey, look, so I did this wrong. Look internally, right? The biggest thing that you can do as a successful person is stop looking at what happened to you and then look at what you did to cause that. And it may not have really been you. Kind of like we said, like, I didn't make the big freaking beautiful bill and cut domestic content and all this stuff and do tariffs. I didn't do that. Hey, guess what? Take ownership of it. Hey, look, Mr. Customer, these things are going on right now. There's a lot of weird things. Set the expectations right. I could have been better with that, right? We don't really know. It might take a little bit longer. You wouldn't have canceled if I would have explained that properly to begin with. Whatever it is, even though you can't control it, act like you do. Write it down, find a way to correct it, and then implement it. If you don't know, like this is what I always say, because I'm really religious with KPIs. Hey guys, if you're not good at this part of our pitch, the reason that all of us send our KPIs out on the chat every day is because if you're not good at this part of it, but this person is good at that part, what should you do? Ask the person that's good at it, how do they figure that out so then you become good at it? And I mean, just to watch progression of people the last couple of weeks, it's like, holy cow, you were the worst person at this and now you're one of the best. It's the same thing with your mistakes. Like, hey, I'll never make the same mistake twice because I'll figure out ways. But I'm not going to, and the reason I do that, it's insanity if you keep doing it. I'm going to ask somebody who's had that same mistake that is no longer having that mistake, what did they do to correct it? And here's the cool part, guys. You may not even have to find anybody because you can go to ChatGPT or Google. There's so much access to information. You're asking me about books and stuff. Like, I will Google stuff. If you look at my notes on my phone, there's a message that says ME. It's me. I text me all day. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. And what I'll do at the end, I'll go through like, oh yeah, okay, pop, 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 pop. Just endless. I mean, it's probably 40,000, 50,000 text messages in this year alone, just about little things I'm picking up on. I'm like, oh, that's really good. And I do the research on it, right? Because knowledge is power. Knowledge is power when used correctly, when put into action.
Yo, that is huge. You want to know something that I've thought about for a very long time is I want to put out like a free course on teaching people how the hell to Google, because I'm like, yes, I've read a lot of books, very well read, but I use to learn the data center and the power plant stuff. I spent hours, bro, hours. I mean, there was a point where I didn't even want to talk to people. I was so like, I need to go back to that Grok chat or that ChatGPT chat, and I want to have that continue that conversation because I was learning so much. And with AI now, I mean, there really is no excuse. At the end of the day, you could record your door presentation, transcribe it, put it in ChatGPT or Grok, and tell it to critique your presentation.
Yeah.
No excuses
It's
anymore.
insane.
I didn't have that, dude. Are you kidding me? They gave me a piece of paper and said,
It's on
knock your
paper.
first, follow me for a couple of doors, 3 doors. All right, you're taking that side of the street. Get out of here, buddy. I was like,
Yeah.
oh. Yeah, nowadays, dude, it is pretty wild. When I think about it, I'm like, man, what if because people ask me that, right? Like, if you had to start all over again, and what would you do? And I was like, yeah, I'd get back in a door. I would go start a door-to-door company and
Yeah.
go sell something door to door. Like I would do
Anything.
that. Yeah, anything, right? And it's like,
Find a problem
you
and
know,
provide a solution.
find a problem. Oh, dude, love this, dude. I love it. It sounds a lot like you have this mindset. Where did you this success of a very successful mindset? How did you get to that point? What made you say I have to become mentally successful? Maybe not even just financially, but mentally. What made you thrive to get to that point?
Because those are the people who I want to be like, right? So like all the people that I respect and that are like that I want to be, those are the people that's how they think, that's how they act, right? So like I read Pat Riley, like the basketball coach. I've always thought about this. So NBA coaches, like they stop wearing suits, and I could never figure out why. And like after COVID, people just got weird. Like something happened after COVID. People got lazy and sloppy, and now they wear like these track suits. I'm like, you just don't look good. And so Pat Riley, it literally this morning, this popped up on my feed. He just got inducted into the Laker Hall of Fame. They made a statue for him, right? And then one of his things is, I wish they would, and he's in a suit, Armani suit, like always looking slick, right? And he's like, I think coaches need to go back to wearing suits. And they asked him why. He goes, because when people look at me as a leader, I have to look like a leader. I don't have the
Yeah.
exact quote, but I'm like, ooh, like you need to look like that. So it's like, if I don't have my orders in fair, like if I'm not dialed in, if I'm not somebody that people look up to and say, I want to be like that guy, then I'm never going to be able to lead those people. And my goal is to lead people, like to obtain success and then help lead others to success. If you can't help yourself, you can't help others. And how simple is it to just be dialed in, to dress nice, to work out, to shave, to clean, just something little. Just give a small win. Wake up, make your bed. Like that's a small win. Like that's the pathway to success. So for me, I look at what all these people do. I want to be like that. And it does take structure and it does take discipline. And yeah, it may be boring, but guess what? Boring's awesome. Because I'm gonna go jump on a plane. I'm gonna lay on a beach for a week. I'm driving an amazing car. I don't need for anything. If somebody needed my help, I could do it like that. There's nothing there's nothing I need that I can't have. If that makes sense. Like, yeah, there's things I probably want. Like I'd love to have a jet right now or something like that. That'd be pretty cool, but I don't need it. I'm not gonna pay for it. I can't afford it. But I'm just putting myself in the path to abundance, success, and I'm trying to help others get on that same path. And if I can't do it myself, then I can't teach others how to do that.
Yes, Ed Milet says that a lot. He just said it at this past weekend in Life Surge, that event I was just telling you that I just went to.
That's so awesome.
He says,
Yeah.
you are most qualified to help the people that you used to be.
Yeah.
And so if you were financially broke and now you got some money, well, now you can help them. If
Yeah.
you were overweight and now you're in a little bit better shape or better shape, you're now qualified. If you were
know what you are?
spiritually poor, now you're spiritually rich. Now you're qualified to be able to help somebody.
You're Google. You know what you are? You're their Google. Right? Because you can give them the answer to it.
I
Yeah.
call it Mikey GPT.
There you go. My GPT. I love that.
Yeah, it's funny. I think that's been one of my big things right now is I'm realizing that, yeah, I can blow people's mind and it makes me feel significant. And they're like, oh my God, that was great. And I'm like, did you record that? And they're like, no. I'm like, dang it. All right, well, you retain 10% of what you just heard. Well, I guess I hope that helps. And so now what I'm doing a lot of, as an example, just like with my mom, she
Sure.
was just here for a week visiting with my wife and I, and she just started her YouTube page and all this other stuff. And sure, I made like playbooks for her, how to do things, how to create thumbnails. She's like, why does everything have to have a thumbnail? I'm like, Mom, just pay attention. Here's the playbook all written out, right? My team built it all for her. But the main thing, I was like, my mom's going to go home and she's going to be behind the computer and be like, yeah, sure, I can follow this playbook. Sure. But I needed to create resourcefulness. And so we just spent hours just going through ChatGPT and Grok. And I've watched her prompt, and I was like, hey, watch me prompt here and watch the answer that I get versus what you did. And it's basically just talk to it like it's a human, not like
Yeah.
it's a computer.
Yeah.
And creating that resourcefulness was super, super important. And
I love
then
that term,
you can duplicate
resourcefulness.
yourself. So, and that's not just me. That's everywhere I go now. It's like, dude, there's no excuses anymore. Like, you don't need to pay Mikey Lucas 20, 30 grand to teach you how to manage your finances. You've got AI. Like, I don't even feel right charging you that anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
you could just use chat. Like, tell chat to be your billionaire mentor, and that tell him your life and tell him what you do and show him your finances, and he will build it for you, or she will build it for you. It's like, you really don't. I mean, obviously there's certain cases where even myself, I've got multiple coaches right now where I still need a little bit of hand holding, but in reality, it's not even really hand holding. It's actually accountability. So yeah, I do pay for accountability, but it's that resourcefulness that people, I think, are really missing. Is, I just can't figure it out. It's like, dude, talk out loud to ChatGPT or Grok.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite words is resourcefulness. I love that.
Yeah.
Especially closing deals. Like, be resourceful, guys. I tell my guys, be resourceful. I love that term.
Yeah. I think it's what's really gotten you to where you're at now, is your ability to not just be curious. Cause like, I think it's like, so overwhelming. Like, people are like, oh my God, like, I can't hit the award. It's too hard. It's like, yeah, sure, it is really, really hard, but that doesn't mean you can't hit a half a golden door, 75% of a golden door. And even at 75% or even half, it's still life-changing money. A quarter of
That's
a golden door
insane.
is life-changing money. But that's
This
more than
industry's
both your parents make probably combined.
correct. There's so much opportunity. And if you get 25, then guess what? You're going to get better the next year. If you put the same effort in that you did the year before, you'll get 50. If you do that, you'll get
Of course.
100. It's just time. Everybody gets better over time, and it's a great opportunity for
Agreed.
sure.
You said one thing, and I want to jump into this a little bit. You talked
Hmm.
about, yes, I do agree. You put the same amount of effort in, and you do get better over time if you're doing the same thing. But I think what you mentioned earlier was studying your presentation, studying your pitch by recording yourself. I cannot tell you, Brandon, how many people I have told that to, and I know that like 3 out of 100 are going to do it. 4 out of 100 are going to do it. But when the sales rep that I tell, hey, record yourself. And not only that, Brandon, I made a sheet, which I should send to you. Make sure I send it to you. It's
Yeah.
on my website. It's free. I don't sell courses or anything. I've never sold a course my entire life. But I've got a bunch of them for free on the website. And resources, financial resources, and door knocking resources, even though I'm not even in door-to-door sales anymore. It's just things that I actually give a crap, right? Like, I want to actually help people because, dude, I was in their spot. I was addicted to drugs, addicted to all of these crazy, I was addicted to porn. I was addicted to alcohol and drugs and, painkillers, and I was just broken and lost and like didn't have any value, and it didn't really want to live. And then door-to-door came in my life, and it was like, holy crap, I'm around a bunch of dudes that are like, got 5-6 kids, and they're still making a couple $100,000 a year, $1 million a year. And I was like, what? Stupid door-to-door sales, really? And now giving that opportunity to other people, and I've created multiple Golden Door Award winners,
That's so
and
awesome, man.
multi
That's a
Golden Door
gold
Award
mine.
winners, and coached tons of Golden Door Award winners, really, because I just want to be their friend, because I thrive on being around other high performers. It's draining being around people that are not, like getting after it. But it's like,
Yeah.
when I'm going to call you Brandon, and you're going to be like, yeah, bro, I'm out here in the, I'm blitzing right now. I'm going to be like,
I'm on a door, hold up.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, I gotta go do something. Right. So it's pretty cool.
For sure.
What do you believe most people get wrong about success?
What it takes to get it. I think people think success is like the achievement. I don't know if I told you this, it was on the call or after, but success is the journey to get there. It's not about getting a golden door. Like I stood up on stage with Sam Taggart and I got an award. They gave me the Tesla. I've got the promotions, but it's the challenges, the day to day, the consistency. It's all the steps that it took me to get there, but also to sustain it. Because the hardest part of success, like, trust me, a lot of the things that you just said, I've been there as well, issues in the past. It's keeping the success. It's maintaining it. It's getting there. And it's keeping that train going. for me, it's all about the journey. I'll remember hitting a deer, trying to get 10 sold in a week. I never got it, and hitting a deer and driving up to the last 3 homes in a Penske rental truck and selling 3 deals. Cars totaled on the side of the road. I'll remember going in, having to buy waiters on a blitz and knock doors and waiters, and selling deals. I
What's
remember
a waiter?
like a wait, like duck, where you're duck hunting, because it was
You're
flooded.
kidding.
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope. We're on a blitz, man. We paid for it. Do the things that you had to do, but those are fun. Yeah, it's fun getting the word. It's fun making hundreds of thousands of dollars, whatever it is. That's great. It's fun with the stuff you have for it. But the minute I'm on a little break or something like that, kind of like you just said, like you get the itch. I'm so bored. I'm like, oh my God, I want to go back to work. Like, I just want to get back there and do it. And so for me, success is like, you got to love what you do. Being successful is like, hey, I go out there and not only do I get paid for what I do, but I get paid to enjoy what I'm doing. I'm not getting paid for work. I'm getting paid to make a difference. I'm getting paid to provide value. I'm getting paid to inspire and help others achieve what I achieved. Like, that's what I look forward to. It's not about oh great, you're the director of blah blah blah. No, it's this guy's a dog. I want to learn from him. He's going to get me to where I want to go, and he loves what he does. And he goes home and he's like, that was it. That was fun. I enjoyed it. That's success.
I love that. Love that. Let me ask you this one last question. I'll try to see if I can
Sure.
land the plane here, dude. I've got so many. My mind is going, dude. You are, you've got it.
Thanks,
Number
man.
one, it's obvious you're not like reading a script right now. This is straight from the heart.
I'll put
and
my
you're
notes down.
And you're,
I'm
you're,
using ChatGPT for everything.
you, oh, it's so funny. I've seen that one like Instagram or YouTube reel that like someone's doing an interview and like as they're being interviewed, the AI is able. I actually looked for that because I wanted to use that for the data center stuff, and I was like, I don't know the answer. I'm like, I need to be able to find the answer, but like it does it
Find a
automatically.
friend.
I don't know if that's
Find
actually
a
true or
friend.
not, but yeah, exactly.
Sure.
What do you think the best advice you've ever received was?
Man, oh man.
It could be recently or it could be over a lifetime, however you want to do it, or both, or many as you want. What's the best advice that you think you've ever received?
Best advice, when I was, trying to make a change at the end of the last year, just I talked to a lot of people. People, you can tell people who have interest in what I do because it financially may be motivating for them or others,
Yeah.
and just bet on yourself. If you bet on yourself, if you really think that this is something that you believe in. And for me, again, I go back to all the greats, the Steve Jobs, the Michael Jordans, everybody that's had great success in something at one point or another had a decision to make, what road to take. Bet on yourself. If you're a winner, you'll win betting on yourself.
I love that. Yep. Cooler, closer, cleaner. Now, let me go back. Were you talking about Relentless or Winning by Tim Grover, the book?
Both. I love them both.
All right.
Yeah, I've read Winning. I've read Relentless. That's the hard part. Audiobooks, like they all kind of like mesh. Because like a Chaco too, like, and then you got freaking Goggins. Like, I forget the name of Goggins' books, but I like
Can't
Winning
Hurt Me.
and I like Relentless. Can't Hurt Me. And then the other one, Broken, I think it is, or something like that. But yeah, dude, like Tim Grover, and then you hear him speak. Oh, okay. I make my guys the Black Swan. Oh my God, if you want to learn how to sell, Chris Voss, he was at Door to Door Con, I think the year that you were there.
Yep.
And holy cow, that guy is whoo, the Black Swan, man. Just the whole method. When that beginning of the call where he's like on the interrogation about his son, we're like, what? Like, your like heart's like pounding, and it's like, oh, it was a Philip or whatever it was. It was like a mock one, but he just handled it so cool. It's like, God, man, under the pressure, I want to be like that guy. Yeah, but Grover, just because who he's been around, man. Kobe and Michael, they're just wired different.
Yeah.
They just were.
Yeah, Chris Voss's book, Never Split the Difference. I've read
Mhm.
something in the middle 20s. I've read it 22,
Never Split the
23,
Difference, that's
24
it.
times. What a great book that is. He's got if you want, remind me, I'll text it to you. Now that he's got a
Sure.
paid coaching program, he took a lot of his online resources off. I have his breakdown. I don't know if you have it or not, but it is so good. It was one of the best trainings that I ever. I mean, you could just take. It's like 6 pages of all of his like one-liners, and he explains
Yeah.
all of them. It is so valuable, dude. So valuable. I go back to it all the time. I mean, when I got into the private equity space and the energy space, I had to go back to that, and I was like, okay, like, oh, I know door to door, like, hell, homeowner, I know their issues, their problems, their concerns, their goals, what their potential, what the potentials of those could be, the layers of those. But in the private equity world, it was a completely new thing for me, and I went back through that book and those basically cheat sheet, if you will, and was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to be able to use these here. And it's just like that refresh of repeating the same books over and over. And people listen to the same, so what's their favorite song? All the small things. It's like, why do I know that? Well, because I listened to it like
Yeah.
1,000 times as a kid.
Frequently too.
It's like, okay,
Yeah.
well, if I can take that and implement that into self-development, personal development, it's going to help me sharpen my axe to help me be better on, what I do. Then I don't like losing. It's not that I'm not okay with losing. I'm willing to, the John C. Maxwell's turning losing into a lesson. He's coming out with a new book, by the way.
Nice.
Which I didn't know, but at the event, he talked about his new book, something about how to turn losing into failure or losing into winning or something like that. It's going to be a good book. I'm going to read it. They're all kind of the same, but they're all really good. But anyways, get the ability to repeat books or study, you eventually get better. And that's a part of life. Like you were saying earlier, it is the journey. I think that almost everybody agrees that it is technically the journey. I'm a big guy that's the destination guy. So it's not that the journey is where, like, I do agree with that. For me, it's more about the destination of, I have finished the race, well done, good and faithful servant. It's like, yeah, but the race is the journey, right? Yes, you go through that, but I want to get to somewhere. Otherwise, if I don't get to somewhere, then I'm just kind of going like Tasmanian devil, and I'm just going like this, which my coaches all used to tell me that I would be. They're like, yeah, you got all this freaking energy over here on I'm on TRT and jacked and got all this damn energy, but you're going nowhere. It's like, you're doing things. Yeah, sure, you're making money. Yeah, sure, whatever. But I needed a destination. I needed a GPS map to tell me where I was going. And yeah, sure, I was enjoying the process, but I really was looking forward to the destination, the end of the race, so that then I can go and prepare and start the next race. And that's like seasons of life, or like chapters in life, kind of like the Harry Potter series, where it's like book 1, book 2, book 3, whatever. And in life, it seems like you have the same kind of mentality or concept around this, is that, like you were in door to door in 2018, got back into mortgages or into mortgages, and then switched back. And I'm excited, honestly, to see the next few years, in 10 years from now, what you're going to be doing, and how you're going to take what you learned from door to door sales, and what you're going to do, what you're going to be able to accomplish. Just like you said, I forget, it was when you're talking about the PayPal mafia, it's like Elon Musk probably at the time, I mean, definitely did not think he was going to go do something useful like he's doing now. But he was so hyper-focused on creating X and, merging with PayPal and, evolving or, changing the way that we swipe our cards online. And now it's all over everywhere, obviously. But
first full circle, now it's X.com.
Exactly. Full circle. It came back.
Circle.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
We have 2 Teslas, by the way, and this is my 3rd
Nice.
Tesla. Love Tesla,
them.
by the way. Been
Best.
long on Tesla since before many stock splits.
Most of my stock is Tesla. A lot of it is. Yeah.
I keep telling people, I'm like, tell my mom, my baby mom, you gotta refinance that house and put all the money on Tesla.
Yep.
She hasn't done it yet. It's okay. I love it,
Cool.
dude. Hey man, it's been an absolute pleasure to get to know you. I'm
You too,
very,
man.
very
This is
excited.
so
I'm
much
being
fun.
serious. Like in 10 years, how old are you now?
36.
Yeah, so I'm right behind you. I'm about to be 34. You at
right on.
46, I'm very, very excited to see what happens at 46 and where you're at, and then 56. Dude, because if you can take and continue to be faithful in the thing that you're doing now and continue to grow like you're doing, what 46 is going to be and what 56 is going to be for you is going to be outstanding.
It's going to be awesome.
Like,
it's only going to get better.
Seriously. Like, yeah.
Yes, sir.
You got it. You're on the right track. And yes, you're going to have a lot of issues, a lot of hurdles, a lot of things to jump over, a lot of walls.
That's the fun part.
To pounce through. Yeah.
It makes it exciting. Man, you need to get some switch up every once in a while.
Yeah.
Keeps you on your toes.
Yes. Another wall. I'm still bruised. I can't
let's
really
go.
see. Here I go.
Yep.
Oh, I love that. Awesome. Brandon, it's been a pleasure, man.
Mikey, appreciate it.
Yeah. Any final words for the other Golden Door Award winners?
See you guys on stage at Door to Door Con 2026, man. I'm looking forward to it. Let's go. Let's have a big year.
Dude.
2026, is going to be the best year for solar for those of us that stick with it. Let's have a great year. Thank you again, Mikey. This was freaking awesome.
I love it. I had like 20 more questions to ask you, but we're over an hour right now. So I'm about to just go full Joe Rogan on everyone.
Let's do it. 3-hour cast. Let's do it.
I love it.
Right on.
All right, man. Appreciate
Cool.
you guys.
All right,
Want to follow Brandon? I'll put all of his social media in the show notes below. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I don't really care, honestly, because at the end of the day, I'm not looking for followers. I'm looking for leaders. So at the end of the day,
Ooh.
if you want to follow, that would obviously help. But I know how many people we impact, and with this show and with our social media. So appreciate everyone that watched this. And if you can, drop a comment. That does help us. So peace. Till the next time.